A toxic relationship is a relationship that is mixed. So there is affection, but there is hurt. It's a relationship dynamic where there's intensity, and then there is, there are moments where the affection is intense, but there is hurt. There is instability, there's mistrust, there's control, there's manipulation. So there are things that are not okay. You're not growing, you are belittled, you are made small, but you are love bombed sometimes as well. And what it is for a lot of people is that they confuse. They think this guy loves me because he buys me expensive gifts, but he's controlling. He's manipulative. He uses jealousy to appear like he cares. He's actually very jealous. Everything must be scrutinized. Every phone call, everything, he is always, who's that? Yeah. And it may look like he cares. He actually doesn't. It's not that he cares. He's jealous. It's his insecurity. He feels he's going to lose. So that's a toxic romance. You see, you feel you have some things going here. You think this is it. You found it, but you are uncomfortable. You're walking around on eggshells around the relationship. You are afraid to speak your mind. You are careful that the relationship will end. In fact, sometimes you are threatened that the relationship will end if you voice dissent, if you express your opinion on something, and so on and so. So you are afraid. There is mistrust, but also they make it look like they love you, and they do things that, when people look from the outside, they were like, oh my God, this guy really loves this girl, or this woman really loves this man. But when you look inside, when you open the hood of the relationship, you see a lot of things that are undesirable. That's a toxic romance. Mm-hmm. And we're here today to talk about it because this is, Valentine just passed 4 days ago. And a lot of people think what they have is real love. Mm. And I saw all sorts of things on social media around the weekend over Valentine. Valentine was on Saturday. So I saw things on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm studying some of the things I'm seeing, and I see some of these things is not love. Yes. And if you don't know, you think this is love because they bought you a truckload, a bucket load of flowers on Valentine's Day. Then they abuse you, they beat you up, they beat you up financially, they beat you up emotionally, but they do things for you. And for some people, this is all they get. But I'm saying to you this morning, God has better. Amen. God has better for you. You need to know what is toxic and stop tolerating things that are not helping you. If this relationship is not building you, you're not becoming a better person, you're not becoming a better follower of Jesus, it's time to call it what it is. It's toxic, and if it's toxic, you need to get out. Okay, so let's talk about some common symptoms, red flags that you see in a toxic relationship. When you have constant suspicion without evidence, jealousy always there. There are always accusations around harmless interactions that you have. This person is constantly monitoring you. They become like those things that we call monitoring spirits in the church. They're monitoring everything that you're doing, and you feel like you're caged. You feel like you are locked up in something that is not healthy. You're not free to relate. Sometimes they even isolate you from everybody who loves you. They isolate you from your friends. They isolate you from your family. And you think, I love this guy, so to hell with all my homies. I found love. But they have systematically disconnected you from anybody who will come to your rescue in case you cry out. So they lock you up in a soundproof environment where nobody will hear your cry. Why? Because they have systematically helped you with your own consent to disconnect you from your family and from your friends. And this is one of the signs of a toxic romance, because when you get into the relationship, you see how they are very systematic to, get you to disconnect with people who could help you. They could even make you stop coming to church. Oh, yes. They make you stop, relating with members of the church. They say, no, we need to join another church. That church, And what they are doing is pull you from an environment where there are people who care about you, people who love you, and they throw you. They say, no, we're going to another church. And they move you to somewhere where there are no relationships, people don't know you there, so that when they hurt you, there is nobody to run to. And you are trapped in this thing that is making you uncomfortable. So when you're in a relationship where you lose peace, you lose joy, and you are constantly unsure of where this is going, you need to watch out. There may be toxicity hiding somewhere there in the name of love.
A sense of not knowing who you are. So you've also defined yourself by that relationship. Because somebody has shown you love, has shown you what you call love. Yes. You've not even received the love of the Father enough to be able to distinguish what love is. Yes. You've defined it by what the world defines it, gifts, attention, and some of those other things. So you've been played into a situation. And since you don't know otherwise, you keep going back because that's your definition of it. You've not defined it for yourself in God. So the only option for you is to keep going back to what you think it is. So you need to define it in God.
I love that. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just to jump on the back of what my wife is saying, some people grew up in dysfunctional homes where the relationship between their parents were very toxic. And so their only picture or example or prototype of love is that dysfunction. Yes. So dysfunction is normalized. And now they think this is how it's supposed to be. Some ladies, for instance, feel like it's normal to be beaten up.
Yes.
They accept it. A man has to always beat you up. And some ladies, because they grew up seeing their mother being beaten up their father, they expect it. If they haven't beaten them up, something is wrong. They need to be beaten up for them to feel normal. Now, this is the height of toxicity. This is the height of abnormality. Because now what is wrong is now normalized. And if they are not seeing what is wrong, it feels like, it's like some women who I've heard them say it. Oh, men cheat. And there's no big deal about it. I'm in a relationship. I don't expect him to be, for me to be the only one he sees. Let him just do what he does. I just don't want to be aware of it. I don't put it in my face. You can go around and do it behind my back, but don't put it in my face. Don't bring her back to the house. You can take her to the hotel. Stupid things like that. And they've normalized it. As far as he doesn't bring the strange girl back home, anything he does there is his business. As far as I don't know about it, or I claim to not know about it, I'm okay with it. And this is abnormal. This is very, very wrong. And there are many people who are listening to me right now who are dealing with high levels of toxicity. Let me tell you something. You are never going to become what God wants you to be in the midst of toxicity. It doesn't matter how long this relationship has been. It could have been 5 years, 10 years. It could have been 5 months. It could have been 5 weeks. If you are listening to me and there's something at the back of your mind, there's something in the pit of your stomach that doesn't feel right about this relationship, it's time to get help. It's time to speak out. It's time to reach out and say, is what I'm inside, is it a toxic relationship or is this normal? You need to reach out and get help. Sometimes you need someone else to help you see that this thing is abnormal, that this thing is dysfunctional, that this thing is breaking you. Because this is the problem with toxicity. Just like if you are drinking water that is toxic, it may be small portions of the toxin that is in the water. But if you keep drinking it, over time, you're going to be sick. Over time, it's going to affect your health. Some organs in your body will be affected and damaged. If there's just little poison, and then you keep drinking this thing every day, over 5 years, over 10 years, it will start showing in your body. And same thing with a toxic relationship. It may look okay, but over time, accumulated toxicity breaks you, destroys you. You are never going to become all that God wants you to be. You can even get married. in such a relationship, but you are never going to flourish except we deal with the toxicity. And somebody who is married is saying, what you're saying is resonating with me. I'm married and our marriage is toxic. What can we do about it? Can toxicity be healed? And the answer is yes. Can toxicity be healed? The answer is yes. But how do we heal it? There is work to be done. We can talk about that. So you have identified that there's toxicity here.
Yes.
There are things that are not sitting very well with your long-term well-being, and you can pick it up. Now you've raised it. Now this is where this gets very interesting. If this person is genuine, it's just that they are broken. So what they are doing is not intentional. They will agree to go get help. But there are people, they're intentional. They're intentional to break you. They're intentional to belittle you. They're intentional to control you. They're intentional to keep you small. They're intentional to cage you. They're intentional to isolate you. And they are doing it. When you are with such a person, when you suggest getting help, they will fight it. They will resist it. They say nothing is wrong. Our relationship is normal. Nothing is wrong. I don't know what you're talking about. So even when you go to get help, they will not follow you. Because in their head, nothing is wrong. Now, if you are in that kind of situation, you need to get out. Because it's never going to change. Because you can't change anybody who doesn't want to change themselves. You are unequally yoked. You are not operating in the same frequency.
Yes.
What they are looking for is not what you are looking for. You are looking for well-being. You are looking for growth. You are looking for love and affection. You are looking for stability. You are looking for companionship. You are looking for the fulfillment of destiny.
Yes.
They are not looking for that. They are looking for someone to control. They are looking for someone to manipulate. They are looking for someone to use. Because it's always selfishness. There's something selfish they want to pull from you. There's something that they want to derive. Either the sex, either whatever it is. But it's selfish. It's very selfish. And so if you are in that kind of situation, you need to get out. And sometimes you don't have what it takes to get out by yourself. You need help. This is where, if you are able to connect with a pastor who knows what is going on, they can help you get out. Or you reach professionals like us so that we can show you how to get out. Because sometimes this thing is addictive. People are addicted to abuse. People are addicted to trauma. And it holds them bound there. See, when they think about all the beautiful things that they're receiving, and they think about all the, things that are being showered on them. Look at Valentine just finished. This guy dumped everything on you. And then you think, if I leave him, I lose all these things. And then you stay there. It's terrible.
Yes, so I'm going to be offering any single lady out there. We're going to be going on a 14-day journey on our single ladies relationship boot camp. So anyone out there who truly wants to be able to understand who they are, who wants to understand what relationships are, who wants to be able to avoid getting into this kind of situationships, or getting into relationships that really break you and turn you into who you truly are not, or affect your destiny. I'm offering a 14-day transformational journey called the Single Ladies Relationship Bootcamp. It's starting on the 25th of February. You can send a message on our WhatsApp 062-520-2020 that you would like to be part of. It is a feed program, but however, it's not going to be expensive. It's just something that you'll be able to afford. But we want to go on a journey. I want to be able to help as many ladies. It's one thing to say, I want to change. It's another thing to go seek the help that you require, so that something changes from within. It's what changes from within that's able to sustain you. So that's what the journey is about. I'm offering it on my birthday, so send a message. As many ladies are out there, it's going to be online. And we're going to be going on a journey for an hour a day for 14 days. We're going to be going through some transformation. Yeah, and also just to remind us, we still do have our ebook from last month's session, Starting Your Relationship Right. in this new year. Nuggets, powerful nuggets. If you want that also, that is free. Just send a message and we will send you how to get the ebook.
I brought my wife to my church after I married her.
Oh.
I didn't do wrong. she ought to follow you.
to your
However, if she is not following with her heart, in other words, she didn't decide to come, she felt controlled or compelled or forced to join you. So we need to ask the question, why is she feeling compelled? Why is she feeling coerced? That's the word I'm looking for. Why is she feeling coerced? You know, and if she's coerced, then we need to, something is not right. Yeah, there's something is not right there. Because
So
the woman needs to open her heart and join her husband wherever it is, you know. So whoever it is, if you're in a situation where someone is following someone not wholeheartedly, you're like a lamb led to the slaughter. They are pulling you and dragging you, and you're saying,
the conversation has to
we
be
need to
had.
have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to encourage all the single ladies, take advantage of this birthday offer that my wife is putting out there. Please take it. It's her birthday. Join her to celebrate. She wants to walk a journey, 14 days journey with you, and help you deal with toxicity, help you deal with the issue of finding this man in 2026. God is at work, and something good is going to happen for you.